good morning. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered, who am I beyond this job title and caregiving duties and parenting? I don't even know who I am anymore. I hear this over and over again among my clients. We get so locked into our caregiving duties, our title, our taking care of our family that we seem to lose or forget that girl who used to be or that girl who is. And if this resonates with you, then you found the right place. This is the meeting place, your space amidst all the whirlwind of responsibilities. And I am glad that you are here today. Look, if this is your first time here, go ahead and put hashtag newbie. And if you've been here before at the meeting place, go ahead and put hashtag legacy and let me know so I can give you both a shout out. I am so thrilled that you're here with me today. And remember, as we go along this time at our meeting place, if you have something to say or share, go ahead and let me know. Also, let me know who you are and where you're from. Again, so I can give you a shout out. Now, I'm Michelle O'Neill, your life architect and boundary catalyst, dedicated to guiding and supporting amazing women just like you, shouldering the weight of a demanding career, nurturing family, and caring for our aging loved ones with my unique blend of experiences ranging from military to certified life coach. I'm committed to helping you manage stress, strike a healthy balance, and enhance emotional well-being. What a life that would be. And so today, we're exploring how experimenting with change, and we all usually say we hate change, but I'm going to show you how experimenting with change can help you rediscover your identity when you're consumed by your role or the many hats that you wear. So, are you ready to reclaim your sense of self and foster emotional health and a fulfilling and balanced life? I hope so, because that's why you're here today. So now you may be wondering, what exactly do we mean by identity? We all have our own meaning or our own way of identifying. Get that with identity. When I speak of identity, I want to be clear so you know what I'm talking about here today. So, when I speak of identity, I'm referring to that unique combination of your experiences, values, and interests that defines who you are at the core. It's a mixture of all those things. And however, it's so easy to lose sight of our true selves as we wear all these different hats and play these different roles as a parent, as a professional or businesswoman, and as a caregiver. That's a lot on your plate. And these roles, they sometimes become labels. It's how we see ourselves. Someone say, "What do you do?" or "Who are you?" And you say, "I'm a mom. I'm a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a, I am a." That's a wrong. It's not I am. Now, these roles become labels, and we begin to define ourselves rather by what we do than by who we are. And that's the first question we asked at the very beginning. Exactly, who am I? How do I see myself? So, it's almost like living in a house for a long time, so long that you forget what it looks like from the outside. It's just rote. You walk up to, you get out of the car, you got stuff to do, there's stuff on your mind, and you just walk into the house, not even thinking about the house or the scenery around you, but not even sometimes the inside. You're just on a mission to do what you need to do. Your daily routine, your familiar surroundings, and that same old task and responsibilities, they can actually blur the lines of our self-perception. It's not a bad thing. It's just that you're so wrapped in your responsibilities and the roles that you play. And so we become more a human doing than a human being. Look, can you relate? Are you tracking with me? Do you understand? I get it. It's almost, it's a feeling sometimes of overwhelm of what's going on in your life. It's the stress of the day to day. And that's where change comes into the picture. Change is not just about something different happening in our lives. And sometimes we think of change and we're fearful of what that change may bring about. But it's a transformative force, a key to self-discovery. That's the change I'm talking about. It's like stepping out of your house and seeing it from a different perspective for the first time. Suddenly, you notice the vibrant colors on the walls, the architecture, that beautiful garden that needs tending because there's little weeds in there, and you may have overlooked it for a long time because you're so caught up in your daily chores inside. I want you to step back and look at the beauty of that home. That it's somewhere that you come to for solace and peace, or you can each and every day. It's not just about your responsibilities and your duties, but it needs to become your safe haven as well. And that, my friend, is the power of change. It helps you step back, reassess, and regain your sense of identity, which is so much more than those roles you play. Embracing change is actually like, well, it's like opening a new chapter in the book of life, in the book of your life. It encourages you to actually venture out into unexplored territories and triggering a self-discovery journey that often leads us back to your authentic self. That's the journey we want to take, and that's the destination. The destination is finding that little girl that once was, that amazing woman that seems to get lost in the duties of the day to day. So let me put it in perspective. Let me share the story about Jen. Now, Jen is a dedicated professional and she's a loving mother. She found herself lost in being that professional, taking care of the kids, taking care of her mom. And she couldn't remember the last time that she actually just did something for herself. Her identity had dissolved. It was suppressed into the roles that she actually played every day. And so then one day she decided, I can't. I can't. It's not just that I don't want to. I can't. I can't keep going on like this. For my own peace of mind, for my sanity, I can't keep going on like this. So what she did is she decided, I've got to do something different. I've got to make a change. That's the change that I'm talking about. She joined a pottery class, something that she had wanted to do for a long time. And initially, it was just taking an hour a week. That effect and the effects on her life was profound. Just taking that hour to remove herself from her day to day, to change something, to do something different. And she started to remember the woman that loved art, that used to love getting her hands dirty and grounded and immersed in the feel of that clay. That woman who enjoyed creating things. She reconnected with her old self, and hidden beneath the layers of her professional and caregiving roles was this amazing woman. She was still there. Now, I understand that change can be scary, and often I'm fearful of change. It's not something that I gravitate towards because it means that what I'm familiar with moves and it changes. It's like diving into an unknown ocean, not knowing how deep it is, if you can still stay afloat. You don't have to make a massive leap all at once. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about taking a small step, and you hear me talking about it all the time. I'm talking about taking a small step, like trying a new recipe. a new taste, even something that you felt before you didn't like, or joining a dance class, finding that carefree, fun girl that you used to be. She's still there in that woman that you are now. Doing small things like that can start to chip away at the walls that have started building themselves up, that you've built around your identity. Hey, it's time for you to come out. You don't have to change your whole world overnight. It's about one small step at a time. It's leading into a journey of self-discovery. Not something new, but someone who was and just got buried in the day-to-day, and reclaim your identity. Look, I'm here to guide you through the process. When I work with you, it's not about being there to pull you around. It's a journey that we walk together, and together we can navigate these waves of change. So before I leave you, I want to talk about remember, I always want to give you something that can help you in this process. And so I want to talk about a simple experiment that you can try. And it may push you a little bit, it may stretch you a little bit, but I want you to consider taking a different route to work, or maybe even trying to eat something. And if you work from home, take a different route to somewhere that you normally go, to the grocery store or whatever, but taking a different route. And if that doesn't work for you, like I said, try a different cuisine. I'm not talking about a recipe, but a whole different cuisine, something that you've never tried before. If you've never tried Indian food, or never tried Greek food, or maybe you never tried Asian food, or Chinese food, or Japanese food. Let's get really particular about it. Not just Asian, but I'm talking about a specific type of cuisine. Maybe you've never tried curry before, but try something different. Maybe you've never tried sushi. I've tried it. It's not for me. But it may seem small. Just taking this step that I'm talking about may seem small, but it's the changes like these that can break the monotony in your life and reignite your sense of curiosity and discovery. That's why I take my walk every morning. Today, when I was walking, I was thinking about, there was this one small little bird, and I was thinking, it's amazing how there can be one small bird, and then I look over here and there's a large crow, and the amazing colors that come with it. And then I start looking at the bunnies, and for the whole time that I've been walking, they've been running. But today was different because I could see and sense the fear in them, but they stood their ground and they just watched me walk by, ready to take flight if they needed, but they were still ready. And that was different. These are the wonders that I got to experience on my journey this morning, just by doing something, experiencing change. And my daily walks was the change that I needed for me, for my sanity. So instead of taking that same old road to work, I want you to choose a different path. You'll notice the new sights and the different people and the unique aspects of your city or your town or your village that you've never seen before, just like I did on my walk. This small, minor change is like a splash of fresh paint on a familiar canvas. Your canvas that seems like the same old. We want to revive it and give it a new splash of color, reviving your mornings with a fresh energy and perspective. I want you to step outside your home and find the beauty in it. I want you to, as you walk along in your city, and see the magnificence of those buildings like you've never seen them before. Or I want you to experience taste that simply burst your palate open. I want you to just be mindful of the explosion of sensation of taste in your mouth. It's not about tasting different foods. It's about embracing that new experience and broadening your horizon and adding a dash of adventure to your regular routine. It's doing something different. It can be doing something different with your children. It's allowing them to take you on an adventure that you normally wouldn't do, going to the park and jumping on the swing that you haven't done in years, and enjoy the wind in your hair and on your face. How can these small changes help me regain my identity, you ask? Well, that's where the power of your mind comes in. Our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, they're all interconnected. I know you know this. And a new experience is like tasting those different cuisines, like taking a walk and experiencing those different nuances of your neighborhood, of your city, of seeing those new sights can trigger a shift in our thought patterns. Just fire off new neurons. These shifts can influence how we perceive ourselves and our environment. And it can allow us to see beyond our roles and our responsibilities, to see that there's more in life than what we're experiencing right now. And when we embrace this change, we begin to perceive ourselves differently, not just as a professional or a caregiver, but as that multifaceted individual that we are with unique identities. You're special. You're unique. You're amazing. You're strong. And so I encourage you to experiment with this small change this week. And I want you to, here are two things I want you to do. I want you to observe that shift in your mindset and in your perception. And I want you to come back here and let me know how that one change in your role, or that one change in your something that you do that week, how it made a change for you here and here. You might just discover a part of yourself that you've forgotten among all those roles. Now, these small changes can shift our mindsets, but larger changes can lead to a more profound self-discovery. And I'm talking about stepping out of your comfort zone and exploring the world beyond everyday life. Have you ever dreamed of taking a solo trip? Picture this. You're on a beach or maybe a city that you've always wanted to visit, and you're exploring new places on your own, making your own decision and setting your own pace. I have a girlfriend who does this, if not once a month, at least twice a year. It's an incredible journey of self-reliance and empowerment that allows you to reconnect that with yourself and rediscover your strengths and your passions. When you have the guts and the audacity to step out there on your own safely and go to a restaurant by yourself and just experience things around you with no need for others. Yes, we want to enjoy others, but sometimes You have to prove to yourself that you can do it alone and do it boldly alone and sit in that experience of the things that you're learning about yourself. Or maybe you want to, if that's too much right now, just consider joining a local club or community group and meet new people, engage in sharing like interests or being part of the community. This can bring so much joy and fulfillment in your life. But it will take you out of your comfort zone. And it's an opportunity to tap into your social, creative, or intellectual side that you may have put on the back burner. I know I've talked about a lot today, that simple thing of change. But what's amazing about these experiences, how they force us to look beyond our defined roles. You're more than a professional, a caregiver, a parent. These roles come with a set of expectations and routines, but you're so much more. And when we embark on this new journey of becoming a part of a different community, and there's no preset rules, it's a blank canvas where you can set to define who you are. These larger changes can be challenging and scary, but remember, you don't have to do it all alone, and you don't have to do it all at once. Look, I am here with you to support you. I encourage you to take that bold step, embrace a major change, and rediscover the wonderful, multifaceted individual that you are. As we wrap up this particular episode of the meeting place, I want you to think about one change that you can experiment with over this next week. It could be as simple as trying that new recipe we talked about, or as daring as planning your solo trip. I want you to reflect on how this change, just thinking about this change, makes you feel, and any shifts that you notice in your self-perception. And I want to hear about them. Remember, it's perfectly okay to feel overwhelmed, to need help in navigating these changes and rediscovering your identity. That's where I come in. As your life architect and boundary catalyst, I can guide you through this journey. I can help you break down the barriers and facilitate your path of self-discovery. And if this resonates with you, if you're ready to take change and you're ready to take on a journey of self-discovery to the next level, I'd like to also introduce you to something special that I'm so excited about. I have an upcoming live workshop called No Time to Waste. And I mean that in two ways. But in this workshop, we'll delve deeper into managing the stress and fostering resilience and nurturing emotional well-being in a healthy and a productive way. If you're ready to harness that power of change and step into your authentic identity, I'll add a link to the workshop in the comments below. I encourage you to check it out. But for now, just start with one change. Look beyond the roles that seem to consume you, and remember, you're so much more than the parts you play. Your life is bigger. Your stage is massive. And you're unique. You're a unique individual with an identity that's ready to be rediscovered. Today, I want to leave you. You know, I love leaving you with a thought. And so today, I want to leave you with one thought. Start with that one change. Look beyond the roles that seem to consume you. And remember, you're much more than the parts you play. You're a unique individual with an identity that's ready to be rediscovered. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.